Denise, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so I'm being told that they're having issues with the audio. I don't know if it's just for the meeting itself. I guess they have a quorum because it's starting.
We'll call the meeting to order. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Here.
Attorney Murphy, Mr. Collins,
Here.
Ms. Gresham, Ms. Hurst,
Ms. Hurst is
Present.
remote. She's remote. She's here. I know
Present.
we're having some technical difficulties with the Zoom also too.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor,
She is
Present.
also remote, and again, we're working on technical difficulties.
and Mayor Sarno.
President, if we could all please rise for a moment of silence and pledge allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very, very much, everyone. And Oli DeLone, our student representative from Putnam Vocational Technical Academy, is here, and she does a fantastic job. And we also want to thank Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. I just did the blue light, the police memorial this evening, and they redid the card, the huge card that they had out there back from 1998, and the families of individuals that lost officers who made the ultimate sacrifices really, really appreciated that. And we look forward to your report. Also, happy Thanksgiving from each and every one of us, and hopefully it's a joyous holiday season. So again, with that, Vice Chair Latonia Naylor is remote, and so is School Committee Woman Denise Hurst is remote. We are joined by School Committee Woman-elect Ayanna Crawford, who is here. Ayanna. So with that, we'll move to approval of the minutes. Vote to approve the minutes of School Committee Special Meeting on November 6, 2025. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor? Motion by Ms. Gresham, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Collins. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient votes, this matter passes. Thank you. B is the vote to approve the minutes of the school committee's regular meeting on November 6, 2025. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe-Naylor,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient vote, this matter passes. Thank you very much. And again, with the technical difficulties, I don't think that's remote that they can hear us either, so we're going to try to work those out.
Guessing they can hear us because they voted.
Denise and Latonia, can you hear us or?
Yes, we can hear.
Oh, you
we
can hear now. It's been worked out. Okay.
Yes.
And we
Thank
can
you.
see you. We couldn't see you before, but we can see you now.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you to the Focus Springfield crew for working that out. We appreciate that. Voting items, Section 3, vote to approve the Central High School's overnight field trip request to College Showcase, Washington, D.C. on December 12th, 2025, and returning December 14th, 2025. Mr. Central himself, Principal Tad Tokar, is here, and Coach the championship girls basketball team, James G, is here. Superintendent Denal, Dr. Denal, please.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. Go Golden Eagles. Congratulations, football team, for making it to the semifinals. Look forward to joining you. Remind me of the location.
Milford.
Milford. I'm going to try my best to be there to cheer our kids on to victory. So congrats. I am looking forward to that. I was actually invited to that game, but not invited to this field trip. Just to know. So we have before us an opportunity for scholars from Central High School to attend a Disney Imagination Campus workshop. They will be participating in educational and informational tours while at the park in Orlando, Florida. If you have additional information concerning this educational experience, Principal Tokars is here at this time.
Any questions or comments? Okay, hearing none, and again, Tad and the coach Watson and the whole team. I made the 2 other playoff games at Central. Saturday is going to be tough because we have the JFK Memorial event on it, but hopefully victory there, and maybe we'll see you again on Gillette Stadium to bring home that Super Bowl title. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make
Gonzalez?
a motion that we vote to approve Central High School overnight field trip to Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe Naylor,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, vote is sufficient vote. This matter passes. Thank you. B is a vote to approve the appropriation from carryover and other surplus funds in the amount of $12,942,450. Pat, you didn't put any cents on here. Usually it's like 32 cents or something like that. To fund investments listed on the attached. And again, I'll turn it over to Superintendent Dr. Denal and for the investments we continue to make.
So sorry, I did misspeak. It is a Washington, D.C. field trip, not Orlando, Florida. I was looking at an old field trip form that got mixed up into my folder this evening, so I apologize for that. It is indeed. Thank you so much, Mr. Gonzalez, for clarifying that. As you know, Pat Roach and his team do an excellent job managing our carryover as well as the entire budget. As you can see from the list that's been presented to you in your folders, each and every item has something to do with our student growth and academic development, looking at ensuring that our exceptional learners, as well as many other students, receive the additional funding that they need in order to make sure that we're able to support them in the classroom and as well as other parts of the district. Some of these are not directly connected to student learning outcomes, but all of them impact what happens in the classroom every day. Chief Roach is here if you have additional questions concerning this item.
Any questions or comments? I don't know if Vice Chair Naylor has any comments. She chairs the budget subcommittee.
So, Mr. Mayor, we went through this thoroughly in the subcommittee and voted to send it to unanimously to send it to full committee.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? And again, this continues our investment in the classroom, out of the classroom, but it all, as Superintendent Dr. Denal indicates, is geared toward the student on it. So no other questions or comments. Is there a motion?
Move we approve the
Motion by Mr. Collins, or second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gresham. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
Yes.
Ms. Monroe Naylor,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, one is sufficient vote. This matter passes. Thank you. C, a vote to approve an extension or renewal of the Norris Murray Pelican LLC contract for legal services with the school committee. Superintendent Dr. Denal, please.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. This item did go through subcommittee, and Attorney Keefe is here to discuss it further.
Any questions or comments or any report from the subcommittee? Hearing none, is there a motion on the floor?
It was, the subcommittee's motion was to extend it for 4 months. That's not on here, just for clarification.
Okay, so the, Trini, could you make note of that? This is an extension for, as agreed to, out of the subcommittee for 4 months, so it would be an affirmative vote would be for 4-month extension for, I understand, for further review and consideration. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, is a motion on the floor.
So moved.
Motion by Mr. Collins, or second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Hurst. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez,
Yes.
Attorney Murphy, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Ms. Gresham,
Yes.
Ms. Hurst,
yes,
Ms. Myrtle Naylor,
Yes.
Mayor Sarno.
Yes, more than sufficient votes, the matter passes. Thank you very much. We'll now move to section 4, presentation. And this is educating to empower, believing in the power of attendance. Chief Escorbano, his team have done a great job. As I always say, you gotta show up to move up. And I'll turn it over to Superintendent Dr. Deneau.
I like that. Show up to move up. That is well said, Mr. Mayor. We all agree attendance is critical. If the students aren't there, we can't teach them. If they're not there, they can't learn. We're grateful to have Assistant Superintendent Jose Escorbano and members of his team here to elaborate on the work that we've been doing in the district around attendance. We just had an amazing launch to attend today, achieve tomorrow, and you'll hear a little bit more about that as I share during the superintendent's report. But just know that attendance is moving in the right direction under the leadership of Assistant Superintendent Escorbano. Please go forward.
And my apologies, I'm used to saying Chief, Assistant Superintendent Escorbano, Jose, I'm sorry.
Good evening, Mayor, Superintendent, School Committee. Just wanted to acknowledge our attendance manager, Ms. Gomez, is here, Mayor Gomez, and she's new to us this year, doing an excellent job. Working with
Got a good wave, Gary, a good wave.
And also later on in the presentation, I'll be joined by our Principal Tokar that will be talking a little bit about a pilot program. But I also wanted to start off I know I presented last year, but wanted to also, just for the viewing public, just really discuss chronic absenteeism. It's an issue that is really facing, the whole country is facing, every district is facing, and we across the country have not resumed to pre-pandemic levels when it comes to chronic absenteeism. So it's a focus of not just Springfield, but of the state and districts across the country. So just wanted to give that context that that it is a challenging and complex issue. There's not one solution to it, and it's really a multifaceted approach to dealing with it. But here in Springfield, what we did was we took an evidence-based approach to working with families. So one of the first things that we wanted to do is really focus on strengthening families and shift from a punitive measure to a more collaborative measure. So that was one of the focus of the attendance initiative beginning last year, but really carrying into this year is where we're seeing this momentum take hold. And then the other thing we wanted to focus in is really working with families and identifying the root cause. We can't get to the implementation of interventions and addressing what is going on with the individual families unless we're able to meet with them, talk with them, and figure out what the issues are facing their students. And sometimes some of them are barriers, some of them are kids are disengaged, so we really have to be targeted in our approach. Implementation of a tiered approach, and that kind of goes into the root cause analysis, is first we need to figure out what the root cause is and really take a tiered intervention or a multi-system support intervention approach to addressing these issues. And then we need to do, the next phase was really building capacity around our attendance specialists and our school-based attendance teams. And so, and that's really a phased-in approach, and we've been really working with our attendance specialists and the attendance teams around data, rich approaches to these interventions and building their capacity around that. Next slide. And so just to give some numbers, again, we're still dealing with these pre-pandemic chronic absentee numbers, but in 2024, 2025, we had a slight decrease overall. On the left is SPS excluding ZEP, and on the right is including ZEP. And so in the left-hand chart is the last year's numbers. And then on the right-hand side is year-to-date as of November 10th, and obviously this is a moving target. Every day is a little bit different. But as you can see, overall, we're heading in the right direction this year as we move to reducing chronic absenteeism. Next slide. What I wanted to do today was also acknowledge those schools that made significant drops in chronic absenteeism last school year. And so just to kind of shout out International Academy of Science and Technology, High School Science and Technology, 18% drop in their chronic absenteeism, and a reduction is good in chronic absenteeism. Gateway to HCC, is 12%. Harris was at 9.2, Conservatory 7.5, Renaissance 7.4, High School Completion 5.6, Talmadge 4.9, IOE 4.6, and Zanetti 4.3. So we've seen a significant amount or decrease in chronic absenteeism in those schools. And we did have a late launch start to our kind of initiative last year, and last year was just getting used to this new approach and you know, using the data. All that was fairly new last year, and so we've seen a significant amount of decrease in those schools. Next slide. And so what I wanted to highlight for this year is, you know, as we look to our priority schools, we see a significant decrease in our priority schools. This has really been a focus of our priority schools, and, you know, what we believe is that the kids for our priority schools, they have to be in those seats to make progress and to learn. And so we made a concerted effort to working with a priority school. So as 11-10, we've seen significant drops in those. Just to highlight, Public Day Middle, 17.6, and some of the other ones, 3, 4, 1, 3, and 5, SciTech 5%. So site increase in middle and south end, but that's typical of the middle school data across the country, but even just having it 0.4 is significant because that's a moving target, and any one day they could be below that. Next slide. And just this highlights, you know, our approach. And what this slide signifies is the number of interventions that our school staff had last year and also this year. And so if you can see in the school year 2025, there was over 16,000 interventions, whether that be a phone conference, emails, letters, family visits, home visits, legal or others, or outside referrals. And so this year we're already at 2,283 of those interventions. And so again, we need to get in front of families, we need to talk to them, we need to meet with them if we're gonna make any significant reduction in chronic absenteeism. And so we, you know, in the last year, we really started tracking these interventions. And so this is newer data that we don't have historical data on, but just newer data that we've been tracking across all schools. Next slide. And so just talking about the initiatives, this really has been a whole community approach, and I just wanted to highlight some of the initiatives that we've done so far. Recently, we presented to the over 130 pediatricians around chronic absenteeism, around the research, the data, and Springfield Public Schools practices. And so that was really well received and it really initiated or sparked ongoing collaboration with the local pediatricians about making sure that they're asking the right question and we're getting kids to school. Also just wanted to highlight some of the partnerships with Domino's Pizza, Thunderbirds, MGM, now recently with the Housing Authority, and I Found Light was against all odds, another one that really just, that was the community coming around these initiatives. Last year we had the Massachusetts Convention Center. They put a billboard on MGM, which highlighted our initiatives. We focused our home visit project to really supporting parents around attendance. We're collaborating more with our local law enforcement, DCF, and court to make sure that we're proactive around chronic absenteeism. We're implementing more data-driven interventions around our cleanliness and being able to use this data that we're collecting to target during this time of year. We see a lot of illnesses, and so we want to be proactive on our cleaning policies. So we're working to beef up our data-driven processes around that. And then finally, just collaborating with the ZEP schools for better alignment on our attendance outcomes. Now, next slide. And so this is, just wanted to highlight, Central High School is piloting a program, a two-way texting program. And the reason for this is that, Central has over 2,000 students. And so when students are out, it's almost impossible to call all those family members in one day and let them know that their students, their children are out. And so Principal Tokar came to us last year and really wanting to utilize texting and just also understanding that texting is an evidence-based approach. There was a large-scale study done a couple years ago by the Department of Ed, and the other studies that's shown that texting families is effective. The reason why we chose this solution to pilot was that parents have the ability to text back and receive an answer. And so we just didn't want to just bombard parents with text messages without any way for them to collaboratively communicate back with the school. And so this approach or this solution really helps with that. And so this year is a pilot year to see how effective it is. But I wanted to bring Principal Tokar because he has he's been working with it for the last couple months, and I just wanted to get his perspective let him give you his perspective on how it's going. So Principal Tokar.
Superintendent Escribano. Principal Tokar.
Hi, thank you. It just gives us such a great opportunity to communicate with the parents on a daily basis. Speaking to Superintendent Denal, CSO Milner, at the end of last year, we determined that if we could increase our attendance rate by potentially 2%, we think our scores, whether it be in the classroom or on standardized tests, would increase tremendously. So that was our goal. Chief Escribano came to us with this opportunity. Mr. St. Lawrence gave us the ability to look at it and align it with our Power School program, and then Chief Roach helped us get the money or take the money that we currently had to buy it. So it's been an unbelievable opportunity for us. The parents really enjoy it. And just to kind of put everything into a quick synopsis, if a student is absent, say from first period, teacher takes attendance, there's a text message that goes home to the parent on record, and that it's a artificial intelligence assistant, and that parent has a communication with the school, and this is immediate. So if this child is sick, the parent can say he's homesick or she's homesick today, upload a note, it goes into Power School as an excused absence. If the parent says, and this is really what got me excited, I dropped him off 20 minutes ago. Where is he? So he texts us, you better get your butt in school. So now it prevents the kids from getting dropped off at 7 o'clock, go to the store, go get a coffee, and come back and miss first period. And the level of engagement that we have seen and our ability to kind of proactively address issues, because there have been flagged instances where parents says, well, my son or daughter doesn't feel comfortable going to school because she's being picked on. So then it goes right to the assistant principal. The assistant principal calls the parent, they come in, we get the story, and we rectify the problem. So before anything can happen negatively, we're addressing the issue. And I'm proud to say, and it's so funny that we had a PD earlier this week, and Dr. Johnson gave us our data. Our first semester passing rates increased by 7%, which to me is substantial. So I think we align that with obviously good teaching and learning, but the fact that our attendance, and we believe that we will hit our benchmark of a 2% attendance increase, talking to our attendance officer she is confident that we are far and away better placed now than we've ever been.
I have to say that the real-time analysis is very impressive. We do it on our police side, but here, then a parent, a mom, a dad, or a guardian, knows right away, and it shows that we care, and I think and the percentages show it. But I don't know if there's any questions or comments on it.
Just
Collins? And then
high school students tend to be in love with technology. I bet this is one that they're not really that love with.
You're right. Listen, even ask CSO Milner, I mean, because her granddaughter goes to Central.
Yeah.
Can you see why Michaela is late to class or marked absent? Because I just got a text message, and if you're marked absent and say you're late, goes right to the parent or guardian on record, and then you have to address it immediately and holds the kids accountable. So it helps us in so many ways. And it's a lot of fun to have that conversation with the kids because we know that the parents are watching at every moment.
Ms. Gresham, if Mr. Collins is done, Ms. Gresham?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. My question is, with the home visit, when is that initiated? At what point? After 3 days or?
So we have a home visit team, and we do home visits. A lot of times on weekends, we'll have like a weekend roundup where we'll see the chronic absenteeism, individuals that have chronic absenteeism. And what we'll do is we'll divide our volunteers, or they get paid, but the people that are there on the weekends, and they go visit the families. We also have an attendance officer that goes out on a daily basis to students that may need support or families that may need support. So it's unique in the fact that it depends on the individual, but that's something that we pride ourselves on, and we're always looking to kind of continue to improve upon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stallone?
Hi. I love this idea, but I had a question. You said it texted every block that they miss. So if they miss first period, but they go to second period, like would they still get a text?
So it's a little, I believe, it's a great question. I know, can I get back to you on that, Anthony? On that?
You stumped Mr. Central.
No, because
Holy way to go.
I'm putting myself
Mrs.
in like
Superintendent,
the,
I think I
I
can
don't want-
probably answer that.
Rest-
So
okay.
it will text them. So we can schedule it for different push. So that means that we can push it midday, or we can push it at the end of the day, or the following day. So it's really up to the school when they decide to push it. But just like anecdotally, I had a parent that I know called and said, "Hey, it says my son missed D block. What does that mean?" I said, "I don't know. Text it." And he texted, "What's D block?" D block is gym. So it was able to have real conversation. So it just depends on how we program it with the school and with what the school prefers when that notification goes out.
oh, so it's like customizable. To,
Yeah, it's just customizable, and it'll either tell you can miss the whole day, or it can individually say your child missed D block, A block, or B block, or whatever block. So it just depends on how we configure it with the school and the school's administration.
Does it include tardies? Like, would it say
They have to switch
tard-
over. It would switch over. So if you're absent, if you're marked absent, your teacher marks you absent, then you're going to get a text message. Now, if you come in late and the teacher doesn't change it, that text message will stay until, and then the teacher will have to change it.
Oh, this is great.
The company has been unbelievably accommodating to whatever we asked for. So just like Chief Escobar said, we have met with them on I want to say bi-monthly basis or bi-weekly basis, and they have adjusted to it's amazing, the technology. And the founders, one was a founder in Facebook, retired at like 25, and then he got into another company called Uber, and retired at like 34. So now they want to do something that's altruistic in helping the educational system. So they're just cranking away and trying to make this as productive as possible. So it's really cool to be a part of something that's kind of in its infancy, but it's been very successful for us.
Well, Superintendent Dr. Denal's indicated to me this is her vision too to move forward with all the schools. And Central, actually, you were the pilot for the pouch, the telephone pouch stuff too on it. But I think that's great because it's a real time analysis and it gets to every school. You could probably nip a lot of things in the bud for the positive. Assistant Superintendent Escobar?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention a couple more things about the program. So we are looking at truancy data, so like kids skipping. So we're seeing like over the year, did that improve at Central? Because that was a big issue. And anecdotally, my team that goes out and canvasses the parks are saying like we're not seeing the kids in the park like we were seeing last year. So, anecdotally, we're seeing an impact, but we want to make sure we have data behind it. The other reason behind this program, too, besides the texting, I really like the back end. The back end was formatted to do a root cause analysis. So when we get those text messages, and like Principal Tokart said, if there's my child's being picked on, that will go into where a counselor or somebody can really go in the back-end platform. It calls it an investigation to look at why the student is absent. So, so that part of it also is beneficial and aligns with what we're doing too. So I just want to mention not only the texting piece, but the human interaction with the families and the kids is also aligned with our root cause analysis with interventions.
Impressive. Any other questions or comments of Assistant Superintendent Escobar or Principal Tokars?
Yes,
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, if I may.
Yes, Ms. Hirsch, go ahead.
Thank you. I have a question for Assistant Superintendent Mr. Escribano, and I also have a comment as well. So I'll start with the comment if that's okay. So I have a child who attends Central and have been on the receiving end of the AI messages. I definitely think it is very interesting. I really appreciate it. There's also this personal touch to it, right? So when we had a death in our family and my son was late because of the services, it asked, right? Like, did you know that your child was missing from A block? And I was able to say, like, we had a death in our family, but he's now in school. And it literally, I don't know if there's somebody behind it, but it literally was like, we're so sorry for your loss. Thank you. Like, so it was just very, very interesting. It also prompted me at one point when he had a dentist appointment to say, please remember to bring in the note because we need it for the excused absence. So it's really amazing. And I think it would be really interesting to see it piloted or to scale it to the other schools. My question for Mr. Escribano is, when you were doing the presentation, I wondered, do we know or have we been able to pinpoint if there are particular points in time in which we see more absences? Like, do we see them, start to skyrocket before a school vacation or before a holiday? Do we see them skyrocket in the middle of the winter? Like, when is it exactly that we see our attendance rates or our absences increase? Do we know that?
Yeah, so we thanks to our IT team, we built out a data dashboard around attendance. We spent a lot of time last year, so we are able to track that. We definitely see that in the wintertime, and so that's what also prompted us to do this enhanced cleaning or using the data to do this enhanced cleaning schedule. So that's still a work in progress, but we're working with our IT to code certain illnesses so that we can get ahead of the cleaning. If we see certain hotspots in certain schools or certain classrooms where we can automatically do enhanced cleaning without even asking our facilities team to go and do that. So we have seen that in the past. Again, and then the second part of that is also with that collaboration with Bay State. So we're working closely with the pediatricians to really make sure that if a kid is out because they're ill, we want them to, be home or if they need to be home. But really working on the educational piece from the pediatrician when sometimes those illnesses, maybe they were sick one day, but they don't need to be out 3 or 4 days. And so with the training with the pediatricians, we've been really working to make sure that we collaborate around those things also.
Thank you.
Can I just make one more point?
Yeah, Ms. Hurst, if you're done.
I am, Mr. Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you.
What it's
Principal Tokars?
tremendously. First of all, it's helped us clean up our enrollment. Usually it takes us a month to determine who's at Central. This is in late August, or who's not at Central. We literally, it took us a week to determine the students that were present and all accounted for in our building. Secondly, I thought the biggest thing was if it's a bad number, they contact us and they let us know that this number is not accurate. So then we'll send out either a notice or do a home visit to try to get the proper number. So we have this contact information for the child that is in need. And I think that has been very successful for us. And it gives us, and the company could not believe with a school of our size, the percentage of accurate phone numbers that we had. So that's a kudos to the PACE and the Parent Engagement Center.
Thank you, Principal Tokars. Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, I have a question.
Vice Chair Naylor, please.
Thank you. I just wanted to know, what does the timeline look like for us to roll this out to other schools?
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last part of that.
It echoed a
What
little.
What is the timeline for getting it out to other schools?
So what I was thinking is have it at least get the data, the mid-year data, see how we're trending, see what it looks like, and then start to begin to have those conversations about other schools. Obviously, we wanted to try it out in our biggest school, because if it works in our biggest school, then it can work in other schools. But there's also some, financial conversations that we have to have around getting it out to other schools. So, but I wanted to make sure that we had solid data before we started that conversation. So, looking at the mid-year winter break was a good data point or break in time to look at the data and start making some data-informed decisions about whether or not this was a good to roll out. I mean, overall, we're hearing a lot of positive. I'm also getting calls from districts all around the area that are definitely interested and want to hear more about this. So word is spreading about this technology. So there is definitely interest in this. And just one other thing, Central has been trending about 1 to 1.5% reduction in chronic absenteeism this year since starting that program. So, and that's daily with when I look at their attendance daily.
Thank you, Assistant Superintendent Escobar. Vice Chair Naylor, any questions or comments?
Yes, hopefully y'all can hear me. Is there an appetite for the district to take this on as an expense rather than the schools having to eat it as an expense, which is what it sounds like has happened in this situation?
It was a little with the technical difficulties. Vice Chair Naylor, could you repeat yourself again? It was a little difficult to understand.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's better. Yeah.
Perfect. Is there an appetite for the district to take this on as an expense versus the schools needing to take it on as for their own budget?
It all depends on the budget. So we do have to take a look at not just the data and determine what schools would benefit from this, but also determining the cost at each of those schools and making sure that we do have the budget to sustain it in each of the schools.
Thank you.
Thank you, Superintendent Dr. Dahl. Any other questions or comments? Well, hearing none, very, very impressive, Assistant Superintendent Escobar and Principal Tokars. And I think the superintendent's vision is, let's eventually move this to every school after we examine the data. But, Central's a big school, well over 2,000. If they can do it, other schools can do it too. And maybe Mr. Roach will be able to pull a rabbit out of his hat, and he'll find the money too. Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Excuse me, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Vice Chair.
I have to head out for a wedding rehearsal, but I just wanted to make sure it was noted.
Oh, yes, and congratulations. That's not her, though. That's a family member.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Chair Naylor. Take care. Happy Thanksgiving.
Likewise.
Thank you. We'll now move to B, homegrown Springfield Culinary Nutrition Program, school year 2024-2025 annual report. Timothy Gray, Xavier, Victor are here. And we want to thank Sedesco. They brought us some goodies tonight, some nice cookies. We thought maybe with Thanksgiving we get a little turkey and cranberry, but we're very, very appreciative of that. And the good visit that happened with our education secretary from the state. I'm sorry he couldn't make that, but we are state of the art when it comes to that culinary center. I think Mr. Roach will indicate that I think we're one of the first in the country to do that investment on the city and the school side on it. So let me turn it over to Superintendent Dr. Nanol.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. So in the spirit of Thanksgiving and gratitude, we are grateful for our partners at Homegrown. They do an excellent job providing nutritious meals for our students. And as Mr. Mayor stated, we definitely had a very successful visit with Secretary of Education, Dr. Patrick Tutwiler. He came to applaud us and to congratulate us on being a model for the state. We are the gold standard when it comes to breakfast in the classroom. 100% of our students receive breakfast in the classroom, and I'll discuss that a little further during the superintendent's report. But we do appreciate the sweet treats that you all have provided. Thank you so much for honoring my request. I told you all not to come empty-handed, and you delivered. So thank you very much. We're going to turn it over to you at this time.
I appreciate it so much. Again, we wanted today to just sort of celebrate the team that really makes it work every single day. And so rather than sort of doing the traditional presentation, we want to give the working team an opportunity to kind of share and spotlight some of those great things that we've done last year and up to this year as well, but then sort of highlight some of those initiatives that I know that's near and dear to the community. We've been listening, trying to understand all of the feedback and how we can continue to focus on not just eliminating student hunger, but really thinking about from a culture perspective, making sure that our programs are aligned to the demographics of the school district. And so we're today going to highlight some of those initiatives, one being the halal experience. I know that's near and dear to all of us. The team's been working extremely hard, and so we want to kind of give that moment to the team to kind of share those updates. So I'm going to let the team sort of take it from here. Lydia Rodriguez will kind of give us a overview of some of the missions and goals, kind of go into a year in review, and then again kind of get into that deep understanding of the halal experience, and hope that we'll be able to answer some questions. We have some handouts to kind of give some additional data just in case you need it, but I'll let the team go from here.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Xavier. Good evening, everyone. First, I want to start with our mission and goals. And we have a very simple but bold mission in our school nutrition program, and that is to eliminate student hunger here in Springfield. And our mission is near and dear to each one of us. It is a mission of passion that truly comes from everyone in our community. And we pursue this mission through 3 guiding goals. And so improving the quality of the meals that we serve to our students, increasing student participation in our meal program, and expanding student learning opportunities so students can experience, explore, and understand where their food comes from. But this mission isn't just a statement, it's something we live every day in our program. And to bring that to life, we have a very brief video that we'd like to share with you on the screen.
I'm going to go back to when my wife and I decided to start having children. We made a conscious decision that we were going to send them to the public schools in Springfield because we wanted them to have a very diverse upbringing. And in this diverse city, that was the best place for us to achieve that goal. I look at it as I'm giving back to the Springfield Public Schools for the great education that my children received while they were here.
The students are like my first priority when it comes to them, and not only because my children go to the schools and they also enjoy the food in school. It's something that I feel proud of being part of this company that help the students who are in need to provide the best meal and healthy as possible. We can always be there for them whenever they need us, whether it could be us being there in the community for any activity they have. We always provide options, serve food. We always make accommodation for allergies and just be there for them, 100%.
Being part of the homegrown team really strikes home with me because I grew up in Springfield, and working for the students every day really keeps me motivated to do what's best for them. Having grown up and gone to the schools in Springfield, it really makes me proud to be part of this team.
I've seen it from every stage, from a child consuming these meals to a manager managing on the back end, the back of the house and the front of the house, and producing and serving, and now as a parent whose child is consuming these. And it's given me a real appreciation for everything that goes into this.
As a proud SPS graduate and longtime Springfield resident myself, students need to be able to rely on us in order to give us that constructive feedback. We believe here at Homegrown Springfield that the school nutrition system should work for the students inside them. Like, we have employees that have been here for 10, 20 plus years, and they stick with us, and I think that speaks volumes.
17 años, 17 years.
5 years.
4 years.
10 years. 8 years.
Once I graduated, I earned the scholarship that Homegrown offers to students that help participate, giving feedback and extending that knowledge out to other students.
And what we just saw is the heart of our work. Our employees, our team members directly support students discovering food, laughing with friends, finding comfort and community in their school classrooms and cafeterias. And every day across our kitchens, hallways, classrooms, we see how a meal can change a moment, how it lifts a child's energy, how it helps them focus, how it removes the hunger barrier from learning. And because so many of us on this team are Springfield parents, graduates, longtime community members, it isn't just a job for us. These are our children, our neighbors, our communities. And this year, more than ever, we've listened closely to what our families and students need. And we collected thousands of student surveys. We've participated in over 45 community events, and we've built programming that directly reflects what our students and community need most. And this presence and connection are critical to eliminating student hunger. And together, we're making meaningful progress towards that goal. So we'll go to the next slide and take a look at what this has meant for Springfield. So since 2019, after opening the Culinary Nutrition Center on Cadwell Drive, we've served more than 50 million meals to Springfield students. And behind that number are tens of thousands of children who are no longer weighed down by hunger. They can focus, they can engage, they can learn more effectively as they move throughout their day. And this past year alone, students' meal participation has increased from 80% of our students in attendance to over 89% of students in attendance. These are the highest rates in Massachusetts for a district of our size. And to continue meeting students where they are, we've expanded several key program areas that you'll find some more information in your handout this evening. But to highlight those briefly, we'll talk about our breakfast in the classroom ordering system. Let students choose their breakfast in elementary schools, giving them choice while also helping to eliminate waste. Our second chance mobile carts bring meals directly to our students across the buildings from breakfast time to lunchtime in hallways and cafeterias at entrances. Thinking outside the lunchbox ensures that every student who brings a lunch from home has access to nutritious sides and beverages to complement the items that they've brought from home. The Fuel Up after-school meal programs ensure students in extended learning activities go home nourished and ready for their evening. And our weekend backpack program allows students to enjoy shelf-stable food items over the weekend. This is our donation-based program that packages items each Friday for our students most in need. And each of these programs has helped to reduce barriers, increase access, and support students holistically. And these efforts shape where we go next. And we can. And as we look ahead, our focus remains on equity, access, consistency across all Springfield schools. The goals on the screen represent the priorities that matter most to our students and families. And today we want to take a moment to take a deeper look at one particular initiative that's especially meaningful right now for our community, and that is our halal experience. And so go to the next slide. And so this year we are expanding halal options district-wide to ensure a more inclusive and equitable dining experience. Our goal is that every student in every cafeteria sees food that reflects their needs. And here's what that looks like. So far this school year, we've conducted weekly halal recipe taste testings with students, and some of those recipes include scratch-made halal beef meatballs with curried rice, tomato salad, cucumber sauce, fish tacos with locally sourced tortillas, shakshuka egg breakfast scramble, and a couple more as well. And to talk about the progress of these impacts, I'm going to turn it over to Andrew Stratton, who's going to give us a more detailed update.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. So moving forward, we're exploring working with vendors to source halal certified beef and chicken to incorporate into the menu, specifically with our homemade meatballs. We're working to do that across the entire district and not just have two different kinds of meatballs, but one meatball that everybody likes. We've been collaborating with the SPS multilingual language liaisons at these taste tests. The liaisons have been at Commerce and STEM and Rebecca Johnson tomorrow in order to interact with the students, make them feel comfortable. We've met with the liaisons numerous times to share our recipes, get their feedback, to make them authentic. So the students in these taste tests, we're getting a lot of feedback, not only from students that like or want halal meals, but all the students, and they really enjoy some of the new items. And we're hoping to work with you, Superintendent, to at your Super Saturday and Sundays to interact with more parents and learn about their recipes and what they're doing, so we can incorporate and have them try some of the meals the students are eating. And lastly, we're looking to for the students to be able to identify lunches that that suit their needs. We're working on a new label system. One of the labels is there on the screen, where at all of our schools by the end of the school year, we're going to have labels identifying everything on the serving line, showing what's local, what's halal, what's scratch made in Springfield, any allergens, that type of thing. So we're making a lot of steps, and it's working well.
Thank you, Mr. Stratton.
Thank you, Andrew. And Andrew really highlighted that this work reflects something essential, that every student deserves to feel welcome, respected, and represented in their cafeterias. And I want to close by recognizing, again, our incredible team who's joined us today. And so they're really the heart and the dedication they bring to this work every day. And so everybody can stand, you know. And so together across Springfield schools, we are demonstrating that school meals are far more than food. Right? They are an investment in students' focus, energy, their academic success, and their sense of belonging. And with everyone's continued support across the city, we'll keep moving towards a Springfield where every child is nourished, confident, and we're eliminating student hunger every day. Thank you.
Thank you. I have to say, I'll turn it over to my colleagues for questions or comments. Attribute Cesco, because we've had to deal with a number of natural and man-made disasters. And when the tornado hit, and I needed you guys to come out with satellite areas and make sure that the neighborhoods were being fed, you stepped up. We had that freak nor'easter that same year, and we had to open up our own shelter with Helen Carlton Harris, myself at Central High School. We took care of 400, 600 families.
That's right.
There. You stepped up when we asked you to step up. Yeah. And then recently with the worldwide COVID-19 pandemic, I could be wrong, but on our Monday briefings, it was either 8 million or 10 million meals that we made sure 18 to 20 satellite areas for our families and students. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, and then again the weekend packages that we were doing for families in need. So that says a lot and always sticks in my mind. So congratulations and thank you on that. I'll turn it over to colleagues and Superintendent Denal for any questions. You can sit down, by the way. We like standing ovations, but I'll turn it over to my colleagues and Superintendent Denal. Ms. Gresham.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you all, your team, for doing a great job in making sure our students have a nutritious meal. But on the weekends, when you do the backpack to home, how does that work? How do students get it, or how does that work?
That's a wonderful question for asking. We work with coordinators across the district and at the school locations. So these could be many different individuals working in different capacities, from family liaisons to City Connects coordinators to parents that are volunteering in the schools to teachers, paras, principals. And we work with these individuals they identify the students in the school building that are most in need, and they let us know how many bags of meals that they need each Friday, and our teams volunteer to pack those bags. The food is made available through donations, so we work with the community sourcing donations so that this program can be sustained into the future, and we do not put a limit on how many students we're here to support. So that's how that works.
Perfect, thank you.
I would be remiss in
Collins. I'm sorry.
the last time I'm going to see these people to congratulate you. You are the only thing that came out of the control board that was worth having in Springfield.
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
Thank you, Mr. Collins.
Just wanted to applaud you all on how quickly you respond to requests. The halal meal concern was brought up during Super Saturdays and Super Sundays. You all already made great strides in that area to ensure that we were providing those meal options for our students who required them. But you went the extra mile when it kept coming up during those meetings. And Rosa Valentine, a rock star during those meetings because she fills the place with all of the families that she supports. She mobilized her team to meet with you all and just remove the barrier between you all being able to sit down face to face with them. And I just really appreciate the care and time and attention. You didn't have to. you had already started providing those meals, but because of your level of care and responsiveness, because of your commitment to our community, you all went the extra mile, and I applaud and appreciate you all.
Thank you for saying that. We also absolutely were thrilled about the opportunity to learn more directly from the individuals that know the students who are in need of halal meals the most. So we learned a lot and learned how to provide a better service. So we thank you all.
And we are always available on any given Super Saturday or Super Sunday to be your taste testers. Yes.
We'll certainly take you up on that offer. Thank you.
Piggybacking off of what Superintendent Dr. Denal said, when my schedule permitted, and it was a few years back, I always enjoyed doing that when you had the kids being chefs and we had to judge the kids, and they were amazing at a young age, the culinary talents that they had. I know you're still doing it. I know
Sure
you're still
do.
doing it.
Yeah, we've expanded it from just an opportunity for elementary schools over the last couple of years.
That's what I was
Middle
about, the elementary
students
schools.
as well. So we'll absolutely send out an invitation to everyone to attend this year. I really appreciate that.
Any other questions or comments?
Mr. Mayor, if I can.
You certainly may, Mr. Long.
Similar to what Dr. Denal said, I wanted to say thank you too. I know the adults in this room recognize your hard work, but I wanted you to know that the students see it too.
Ooh.
Specifically high school students, we are the biggest complainers about that school lunch, but in the past 2-ish school years, we've seen it and we recognize it. We've had people come around with surveys and we take note and we see the change to the school lunch used to be not the best, but genuinely I see the improvement. Other students see the improvement. I also see the improvement in the elementary setting because at my vocational shop I work in preschools around Springfield Public Schools, and I see it then too. Just thank you for your hard work and not giving up on the students. A lot of people think this issue is not relevant enough to focus on it, but you people put the hard work in and make the change, and thank you for that.
Thank you. I appreciate that, and I'd also like to share with you that it wouldn't have been possible without our students' feedback. Our students advocating for what they know that they need is one of the biggest drivers of the improvements that we've seen over the last couple of years. And so we really appreciate every student across the district, from those who have come into the culinary centers to those who speak with us in our cafeterias, to share your feedback because it has an impact. And I appreciate you sharing that you've seen that impact.
Miss Stallone has stole the show tonight. She stumped Mr. Central, Principal Tad Tokars, and Assistant Superintendent Jose Escobar had to come out of the bullpen to save him. And now, forget about what we said about Tedesco. The students say it now. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Any other questions or comments? Okay, thank you very much. Thanks for the cookies, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we'll move to reports of standing committee, student and parent concerns. Ms. Gresham.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Ms. Gresham. B, Building Maintenance Committee, Mr. Gonzalez.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. C is Legislative Contracts Committee. Ms. Naylor is involved in a wedding, so she's. Are you on? No, she had to go to a wedding rehearsal.
That was Denise.
Oh, okay. Ms. Naylor again, no report there. Curriculums and Program Committee, Ms. Hurst, please.
Sorry, I was a little too quick.
That's
Report
okay.
at this time, Mr. Mayor.
That's okay. No report. Thank you very much. Budget and Finance, again, Vice Chair Naylor, no report. Vocational Education Committee, Mr. Gonzalez.
No report, Mr. Mayor.
Technology Committee, Mr. Collins.
No report at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. School Safety Committee, Ms. Gresham.
Report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, Ms. Hurst, please.
No report at this time, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. Report of our fantastic student representative, Oli DeLone, who has stole the show tonight. She is a junior at Putnam Vocational Technical Academy. Put your hands together for her. Go ahead. All yours.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good afternoon, everybody. Like Mr. Mayor said, I'm Ali DeLone. I'm a junior at Putnam. Um, Putnam has been easing into quarter 2 and our winter season. A highlight of quarter 1 was that 735 out of 1,372 students made it to the honor roll for our first marking period. Yep, that's over 53% of our whole student body. And Putnam staff is incredibly proud of the students. And Mr. Johnson always shows that by giving them an honor roll breakfast scheduled for the 19th of December. So he takes the honor roll students and he gives them a little special breakfast. And the times that I've gotten that breakfast, I can vouch it's worth the hustle of quarter 1. And it's a nice way to show that he recognizes us. If you guys were not already aware, today will be my last meeting with you guys as the student rep for the winter and the spring seasons. Another wonderful and talented student rep will sit in this seat. I believe for winter it'll be a central student, but I'm not sure. Whoever it is, I know they'll honor me, if you will. That being said, I did want to take a moment to really express my gratitude specifically to you guys. Serving on this committee has been such a privilege. Having the chance to represent students of our district and bringing the highs and lows of being a student into this room means more to me than I can express in words. I have learned so much from all of you. You guys have taught me that leadership is about communication. You guys have taught me what it takes to make a school district run with intention and heart. To the members of the school board, you guys have shown me what thoughtful and dedicated leadership looks like. Your willingness to listen, engage, and let me take on this role fully is what really made this experience unforgettable. I did want to give a little more special thank you to our vice chair, Miss Monroe Naylor. I wish she was here so I could say it to her, but I'm sure she'll hear it soon through some way. Um, Miss Monroe Naylor has been a special part of being a student rep here. Watching her lead has been one of the most inspiring things of this experience. I see so much of who I want to be reflected in the way she carries herself. Her confidence, her clarity, her compassion, even her sass sometimes. Like, I see her and I see myself in 20 years. She has shown me that leadership isn't just about speaking or if you're confident or whatever. She shows that it's also about listening. It's about guiding and lifting others up. Um, I've learned so much from observing her than she probably realizes. And I'll carry her and her methods after tonight too. After I step out of this chair, especially being a woman of color in the United States, sometimes this country can think that's a weakness, but women like Miss Monroe Naylor reminds me that it's not a weakness and it's incredible and I'm proud to be a woman of color in a setting like this. Um, all in all, it's been an honor to serve here. While my season here is ending, my gratitude and everything I've gained from this experience will stay with me. Thank you for trusting me with this responsibility. I know it's a little intimidating being here sometimes, but you guys have been so patient with me. This isn't goodbye though. Trust me, I'll be back next school year for round 2. You guys know I'm not a quitter. Next year I'll be back with the same drive, the same ideas and opinions. You guys are a really good team to work with, and I know I'm a little younger than you guys, but I feel equal to you, and that means a lot to me in settings like this. I can't wait to work with you guys again. Thank you. Just thank you so much. Oh no. Oh man, I can't too.
As I stated, she stole the show.
Yeah.
You taught us a few things too, you know. You opened our eyes to a few things too, and I'm sure that my colleagues and Superintendent Dr. Denault might want to make some comments, but I firmly believe that you have a very bright future ahead of you. So, any questions or comments?
Sure.
Mr. Collins?
You gave accolades to us, telling us that you've learned from us, but believe me, we have learned from you. We've not only learned from you, you have given us, renewed our faith in the future. Because if this is the kind of person that we are producing in the Springfield Public Schools, we've got a good future ahead of us. Not all of the students who've been on this committee have been as vibrant and as forthcoming as you. You've done an excellent job, and you really have brought my faith back that we are in good hands and that the city is going to be in good shape. Thank you for being here.
Any other comments? Okay.
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Yes, go ahead, Ms. Hurst. Go ahead, Ms. Hurst, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Thank you. Auli, I did not realize that today was your last day. I really apologize for not being able to be there, but I echo Mr. Collins' sentiments with respect to how much, and the mayor's, as to how much you've shown us. Thank you so much. Continue to shine bright. And please know that we are here for you at any moment in time in which you might need us. But I have all the confidence in the world that you are going to go on and be amazing. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Ms. Hurst. Any other comments? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to the report of Superintendent Dr. Denal.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. It pleases me to have several things to share with everyone this evening. One, which is the most important, is to acknowledge and honor and appreciate our student representative, none other than Auli De Leon. We thank you so much, Ms. DeLeon, for representing your students, your peers well, for representing this district well. You are eloquent, you're effervescent, your impact on us has been as great as you feel our impact has been on you. Thank you so much. Make sure that you tell your parents we appreciate them, because I'm often reminded that what we see here, we've only played a small part in pouring into you every day in the classrooms. Your parents are to be applauded for raising an outstanding young woman who has a bright future, who will take her rightful place in this world as a leader, as a light, and as a support for those who can't support themselves. So thank you for being a voice for the voiceless. Thank you for being a strong advocate. And yes, we will see you again. We appreciate you.
Very well put, Superintendent.
And on behalf of the school committee and Springfield Public Schools, we have a small token of our appreciation to present to you. I'm going to ask Trini if he can grab it for us.
For me?
The bag.
Oh my God.
Wonderful things come in small packages. So enjoy. You will never forget us based on what's in that bag. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. We thank you. Thank you for representing well. And remember, you have a job in a couple of years when you graduate. Come on back and work for us. We're looking forward to it. Thanks. We have a couple of other things that we'd like to touch on. Mass Association of School Committees had a banquet. I believe it was Friday gone. And Vice Chair Naylor and I and a host of other well-wishers from Springfield made the trip to Hyannis to congratulate and to celebrate our very own Denise Hurst, who was appointed as the new president of the Massachusetts Association of School Committees. Congratulations, Ms. Hurst. We so appreciate the fact that you serve with us locally. You'll be representing the entire state. We know that you'll be bringing Springfield with you every time that you go to Mask and lead and direct. And it is so wonderful to have someone of your caliber, of your character and of your integrity, not only serving with us locally, but also putting Springfield on the map by serving as the president of MASC. We do have flowers here for you this evening. We will make sure that you get them, but please know that we appreciate you and extend to you our heartfelt congratulations for this amazing honor.
Thank you very much. And if it wasn't for my family being sick, I would totally be there. I really apologize.
Yep.
Nothing to apologize, Denise. Congratulations, Madam President. That's quite a tribute, and it's going to be quite a plus here for the school district, not only of Springfield, but across the state. So congratulations on that, Madam President.
Thank you.
As I continue, as the mayor mentioned, Secretary of Education Dr. Patrick Tutwiler did come to Springfield to celebrate and acknowledge us as leaders, models, and the gold standard of breakfast in the classroom program. Each morning from PK to 12, students receive breakfast in the classroom by our partners, Homegrown. They're doing an excellent job making sure that those meals arrive in time so that they do not interrupt or interfere instructional time. We've noticed some very encouraging data, especially in our elementary schools, pertaining to the fact that this has had a positive impact on decreasing behavioral issues, increasing attendance, and decreasing the distractions associated with hunger. Thank you so much to Chief Roach and his team for the outstanding work and for scaling this and making it sustainable throughout the district. It's fully funded. We appreciate everyone that made this possible for our children and families, and we look forward to just continuing to grow in excellence in this area. Well done.
Thanks, Pat. Thank you.
Commissioner Kershaw was also here in the district. She is the commissioner for the Massachusetts Department of Early Education and Care, and she was in town for the ribbon cutting of the new Square One facility. Our education mayor, none other than Mayor Sarno, provided a great deal of funding for that project as well as support. He recognizes through and through that early education creates that and establishes that firm foundation for what we need to do for our students PK through 12. We appreciate you, Mr. Mayor, for the support of that project. And we also appreciate the fact that, again, Chief Pat Roach was spearheading the work that was done with the CPPI grant. It is a Commonwealth Preschool Partnership Initiative, and Commissioner Kershaw did stop by central office. We had a robust conversation with her concerning what we're doing with those funds. She gave us a thumbs up on how that grant is being managed, and we're expanding the team to increase efficiency and effectiveness by including Principal Michelle Campbell. She's currently the PK principal over at Els, and also including Kate Asher on that team to ensure that we have the content knowledge and support that we want to provide to our partners so that we can just continue to be more collegial and collaborative as we manage that CPPI grant with our partners. I believe it's Square One, the YMCA, and Head Start of Greater Springfield. So thank you so much for that partnership, and thank you again to Chief Pat Roach and Michelle Campbell and Supervisor Kate Asher for what they will bring to the team. As you know, building and sustaining positive relationships are critical to the success of our students. And within this district, we are so fortunate to have several union leaders who are committed to the success of our students and put students first as they make decisions on behalf of their unit members. We had an opportunity to sit down with union leadership for coffee and collaboration. We had an amazing conversation, and we were very fortunate to come up with a great idea of providing for them space on our website for their own profiles and their photos so that their unit members can know how to get in touch with them and also to acknowledge them as partners in the success of our students here in the city of Springfield. So I just wanted to thank all those union leaders who joined me for coffee and collaboration. We also were joined by Assistant Superintendent Poe and Assistant Superintendent Escribano. Like I said, we had an amazing conversation. We shared stories. We just engaged in just reflecting on why we do what we do and just appreciating each other and what we bring to the district. So let's put our hands together for them as well. Attend today, achieve tomorrow. Hard to believe that we are kicking off and launching another opportunity for our city, our district, and everyone that's part of this learning community to work shoulder to shoulder to decrease chronic absenteeism and increase average daily attendance. And you can't say it's not possible, because we have shown by two young ladies, Lauren and Gabriella Carasquello. Thank you.
Carrasquillo.
Okay.
His father was my old teammate
Oh,
in high
that's
school
right. You did
account.
mention that.
Good ball player,
Very
good
cool.
guy. We played ball together.
So those two individuals, those two young ladies, those two scholars and athletes, very busy, but also very dedicated to their education. They have never missed one day of school from pre-K to their current senior year. Never. They are truly the face of perfect attendance in the city of Springfield. During our kickoff event, which was organized beautifully by our Chief of Communications and her team, none other than Azelle Kavan, we threw down the gauntlet and we challenged any district throughout the United States to produce the same data for any one of their students. Has anyone answered the call, Chief? There you go. So we are it. Once again, Springfield's on the map for perfect attendance since pre-K to their senior year. Oh my goodness. And again, we applaud the parents. We applaud the parents as well, because during those formative years when they had to depend on mom and dad to get to school, mom and dad were there every single day. So thank you, mom and dad. We appreciate you as well. It's a natural fit for us to partner with Denise Jordan this year. She's the executive director of Springfield Housing Authority. She's working with us to ensure that Attend Today, Achieve Tomorrow is a message that rings loud and clear throughout all of the homes that she manages and supervises as the executive director of Springfield Housing Authority. She has agreed to hang and display some of our signs in her buildings so that whenever our students enter or leave, they have to think twice about not going to school, because it's going to be right there in their faces. We're also going to be doing a few other things with Miss Jordan, and we appreciate her for her partnership. The First Line program, Springfield Thunderbirds hockey team and WellPoint, in collaboration with Hampden County public safety officials and community partners, teamed up to reconnect our local students and public safety officials through the return of the First Line program. We were fortunate to go to a press conference for the launch of this initiative, and it pairs Springfield Public Schools students with Springfield and Hampden County public safety officials for an unforgettable night of hockey, mentorship, and community pride. Each student is teamed up with someone that works for either the sheriff or the police department or the fire department, and every single week, students from other schools, different schools throughout the district, will be able to go to a hockey game and be mentored with public official, quote unquote, pal, someone who will be with them at the game, enjoying all of those. Oh, I almost said touchdown. What do we call it?
We call it a goal.
Oh, goal, a goal, yes.
Yeah. If
A
you were-
hockey
if you
goal.
were Soccer, yeah.
Okay.
That's all right. There'll be, matter of fact, tomorrow night again at the T-Birds. I'm scheduled to be at the T-Birds. There'll be police officers, firefighters, sheriff's department people, and Dane Morales, who's a good friend for WellPoint. He's a general manager. He's put this together. But
Not making touchdowns.
No, but we're hoping the Central boys, the football team makes a lot of touchdowns this Saturday.
That's it. That's who needs to make
That's
the
what she
touchdowns.
meant.
That's what I meant.
But Superintendent, sometimes the way they play hockey, you'd think it was football, so
Yeah.
calling a goal is.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. I appreciate that. So the important thing is our students will receive mentoring and develop friendships with public safety officials. And the important part is this program fosters positive relationships between students and those who provide safety and support from the public service industry. We appreciate Kylie. They were the first schools to organize this, and we look forward to having additional students throughout the city enjoy this opportunity. Principal Professional Development, as you know, or maybe you don't know, but I'd like to inform you and thank her publicly. Deanna Sumala is the driving force behind our principal meetings. I really appreciate how she took my vision, ran with it, and she is such an instrumental part of why those meetings are successful. We alter them, change them just a little bit to meet the needs of the principals and to align to their feedback. And professional development is ongoing. However, I just wanted to highlight the most recent professional development opportunity because it just shows the through line from paper to practice. We took a look at the learning walk data from the superintendent learning walks in my first year, and we recognized the need to go narrow and deep on two high leverage instructional strategies, one being grade level instruction, the other being checking for understanding. We wanted to make sure that not only are we looking for these things, but ensuring that the principals and all those responsible for tier one instruction in our buildings were being trained in how to look for high quality instruction as well as checking for understanding. We got amazing feedback from the most recent training session that we conducted for our principals on these two topics, and we look forward to offering more professional development. Thank you, Deanna, for all that you do. Thank you for supporting our principals as you give leadership to the principal meetings professional development. And with that said, that is the end of my presentation and my sharing of information. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. And if you don't celebrate Thanksgiving, please take the time to recharge and create sweet memories with your loved ones. Thank you.
Well done. Thank you, Superintendent. Dr. Dahl, any questions or comments, Superintendent's report? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to unfinished business. Hearing none, we'll move to new business.
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
Yes, Collins.
I think in the coming year, we should revisit our remote policy. There's some language in there that could be interpreted more than one way. And if you take what I consider the negative interpretation, saying that a subcommittee meeting can be mandatorily made to be remote, when we made the change, we intended to give our members flexibility. So if they had work commitments, they could attend remotely. I don't think we ever intended to, number one, take away flexibility from any member saying you must come and you must participate remotely and can't participate in person. And as we've said hundreds of times to the public, there is so much real work done in subcommittee meetings that is so important. Now, the only way that members of the public and we know that we are in a Wi-Fi desert in Springfield, there are lots of people who don't have availability to Wi-Fi. And if you do a subcommittee meeting only remotely, they don't have a chance to participate. They don't have a chance to come and listen and find out what's going on. And if that meeting, which people were last week, was held only remotely, Mrs. Gresham and myself wouldn't have been able to attend because we both were having computer problems that day. And so it would have been you would have had a member of each committee that wouldn't have been able to attend. So I think in one future meeting or future subcommittee meeting, you should look at that language and clean it up so that it becomes whatever the will of the committee. If it is the will of the committee that you can tell others how to attend, then so be it. But make the language clear enough so that people know what they're doing going forward.
Thank you, Mr. Collins. Any questions or comments on that? Okay, hearing none. If there's no other new business, is there a motion to adjourn? Motion by Ms. Gresham. Is there a second? Nobody, we're not going to adjourn. Okay. Second by Attorney Murphy. Roll call vote is required. Mr. Clerk, please call the roll.
Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes.
Attorney Murphy? Mr. Collins? Yes. Ms. Gresham?
Yes.
Ms. Hurst?
Yes.
Ms. Bruno Naylor? Absent? Mayor Sarno?
Yes, more than sufficient votes, matter passes. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Thank you for watching. Good evening, good health. God bless. And don't forget the cookies in the back, please. Thank you, Sedesco.